2 weeks ago, I posted a video on a couple retiring 5 years earlier, and it seemed like we could make things work out. But there's usually 8 reasons why people are going to retire early. And we're gonna go over those 8 reasons, and we're gonna take a look at what retirement early does to a really high quality financial plan. Let's get into it. So this is Joe and Jane Smith. We went over them a couple weeks ago. Go ahead and check out this video right here if you want to get some insight into what we're talking about. But they have a really high probability of success at retiring at 62. But what if they retired at 67? That is the element here that is really important as we go through early retirement. If they were to wait to 67, they have a very, very high probability of success in retirement. They're gonna have a bunch of money, a ton of income, everything's gonna be great. But this video is about what if you have to retire early? What are the 8 reasons that may require you to retire 5 or 6 or maybe even 7 years early? And are you even gonna be prepared when the time comes? So as you can see here, there are about 8 reasons for retirement. Health problem or disability, changes at company or downsizing, care for a spouse or family member, outdated skills, or another work-related reason. You can see those first 5 are involuntary. It seems like something in your lifestyle or things out of your control required you to retire early. Maybe when you could or you couldn't. In the scenario that I just showed you with those 2 clients, Joe and Jane Smith, if they had to retire early, their goal was 67, but they were forced into it at 60 or 62, we could make it work. They would have a very, very healthy retirement. But some of us don't get that luxury, which goes into some other areas. The next 3 could afford to, wanted to do something else, or early retirement package or incentive. So the bottom 3 are favorable circumstances that you could retire, but you can see these 8. And all of them are gonna affect your retirement plan differently, especially a health problem or disability. Not only are you not going to get any income, or maybe you don't have the required savings, but your retirement, however long it is going to be very expensive. Changes at company or downsizing, depending on your skill set, maybe you could get another job here. Care for a spouse or family member, again, that's going to take up a lot of your time. You're not going to be able to find another job in most cases. So you're going to be working through assets, what you have left, and maybe some other areas of income that the government or the state or other people may provide for you. But very difficult. Outdated skills. This is a tough one. There are a lot of people that have been working in specific roles for a long period of time in a very specific skill that may be going away. We've been hearing a lot about this lately. This is something that could be a concern, but you just might have to shift, transition into a new position or a new skill set. There's going to be something out there. Another work-related reason, maybe you got fired. Maybe you did something crazy and you got fired. Who knows? But these are unfavorable circumstances, but you can see there's very high probability of health problem or disability. This is why I talk a lot about fitness. The most undervalued and underdiscussed thing in the retirement planning community is the importance of your fitness on your retirement journey. I can't stress it enough. Start getting active now. The more favorable options you could afford to, that means you had most likely had great income and great habits around accumulating assets and be able to distribute them in the proper fashion in retirement. You wanted to do something else, again, that means you had enough freedom and flexibility to be able to make that decision to transition into a different role of some sort. It usually happens at a little bit younger age, but can happen anytime early into retirement as long as you prepared properly. And then lastly, early retirement package or incentive. This could be a client in an executive role because that's probably what's going to get your retirement package. You've worked hard, you developed a skill set, and you're at that age where you're going to be phased out, but you planned, you prepared, you're going to get a package that may pay you out for a couple years so you get a nice smooth landing into retirement. But what do all these things have in common? Every one of these has preparation is the number one thing that needs to be accounted for. To be successful or combat any one of these areas, you need to have planned and prepared years in advance. If you don't plan and prepare years in advance, it's going to lead into a triage situation, an emergency room situation. Just how do we save this retirement? How do we just make it the best that we can? You can see here this nice little chart, the expectation of workers versus retirees to retire at age 65 or older. Current workers' expectations, 68% of them assume that they're going to work until age 65 or older. That's common. It's nothing to be scared of. We are living longer statistically, so maybe this is okay. Maybe you enjoy working, but 68% of current workers think they're gonna retire at age 65 and older. But retirees, the actual experience of retirees is 31% of them retired at age 65 or older. Isn't that crazy to think about? If you take a step back and you think you're gonna work longer, most of us think because we're confident, we're positive, we think we're gonna make it, things are going fine. And then life up and kicks you a little bit, and you realize from actual retirees, only 31% of retirees made it to age 65 or longer. I know this is a little bit of a transition from my normal videos where we go over the retirement plans, but this is important to understand. I needed to wedge this in between all of the other elements that I've been discussing to know that to have a high quality retirement, you need to start planning and preparing now for all circumstances, including layoffs and health. You can do that by getting high quality roles, making sure you're saving and investing enough, make sure you have enough cash protection, and you're working on your health. That's what you can do now to start implementing a lot of these elements to protect you from the unexpected early retirement. That's what I help with. That's what I'm so passionate about, is being able to take your particular circumstance, take all the elements around it, make sure these elements are fitting into your vision of retirement, and making sure to weather the storms when they come. That's what I do as a comprehensive retirement planner. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Once again, I'm Thatcher Taylor, founder of ProPath Financial and certified financial planner. If you're interested in seeing how we help our clients or implement these strategies that you saw in this video, please go to propathfinancial.com. That's www.propathfinancial.com to learn more, and make sure to say hi to me while you're there. We'll see you next time.